Today, I want to talk about confidence and how you can cultivate more of it within your life. So, number one, we have to actually understand what confidence is. And a lot of people will conflate confidence with just like looking good. Like, if I look good, then I'll be confident. I can say from personal experience and the 800 plus clients that I've worked with, not true. So, if looking good and getting social validation doesn't give you confidence, then what does? The answer is having ultimate trust within yourself. Now, how do you kind of build that up if you are someone who doesn't innately trust themselves? My number one tip on building confidence is keeping those promises that you make to yourself. An example, if you're someone who's always starting a New Year's resolution and telling yourself, you know what, this year I'm gonna lose weight, or today I'm gonna go to the gym, or tomorrow I'm gonna start my diet. But today or that new year comes around and nothing's changed. Little by little, every time you abandon yourself by not keeping those promises, you are chipping away at that confidence. Now imagine if you've been doing this your whole life, making these big goals, never following through, your confidence is most likely going to be quite low. And next time you try and, pursue a new endeavor, instantly your subconscious mind is going to tell you, well, you've never stuck to it before. Why would you do it this time? And it's just like this never-ending negative cycle of not getting where you want to be. And I think a lot of girls get this way because sometimes we get too ambitious with the goals that we do set, and it's just become so overwhelming that we can't actually follow through because it's so far removed from our comfort zone. So what we need to do is set smaller, more achievable goals. So let's say your goal is weight loss. This is something I've personally gone through twice, and I help all my clients transform through. Weight loss is a huge goal. And if you've never lost weight before, it can feel really freaking scary. So what you need to do is break it down into smaller chunks. And that's why my clients have such success, is because I know how to cut down into little digestible chunks that anybody can do. And over time, those wins compound into huge transformation. So an example, if you know that you need to be eating healthier, but logging your food and drinking 3 liters of water per day just seems like completely overwhelming, all you need to do is start, on that first day, just be like, today, I'm just gonna prioritize protein for breakfast. Oh, that's not so hard. I'm just gonna have to have 30 grams of protein for breakfast. And there you go. So if you can achieve that one small win, it starts to rebuild that subconscious belief in yourself that, oh, I actually can follow through on my promises. I can do what I say I'm gonna do. And over time, if you do this day by day, week by week, your self-worth and that self-confidence builds and builds and builds. And I don't want you to confuse this with the mindset of like, oh, once I'm perfect and once I uphold every single promise to myself, then I'll be confident. It's not about perfection. It's literally just about small habits that you do day in, day out. Of course, there are going to be times where you just can't do the thing for whatever reason. But the difference between someone who's confident and not is that the confident person knows that tomorrow's a new day. I'm just going to hop back on the wagon, get back to my routine and my habits. It's no big deal. It's just a little hiccup. Right? The person who's not confident will spiral into this perfectionism hole and just tell themselves, oh, well, I fucked up one time. I'm worthless. I knew I couldn't do this. And they'll kind of just fall back into those old habits of not believing in themselves. This brings me to my second point, which is negative self-talk. You need to be very, very careful with the types of thoughts that you are allowing into your conscious, okay? If you're waking up, you're looking in the mirror, already you find something to nitpick and talk down to yourself about, you need to stop that right now. And this has nothing to do with how good or bad you look. There are some absolutely stunning 12 out of 10 girls who still don't feel confident because they'll find something negative about themselves. It has nothing to do with your outer look and everything to do with your mindset. The thoughts that you think are literally just neural connections that you have built in your brain over time. But the great thing is a little thing called neuroplasticity exists and you can rewire those things. So if you have spent your entire life hating on yourself, and trust me, that was me until 3 years ago, you have to rewire those thought patterns. Okay, so how do you actually do that? It takes time and practice, but number one is just realizing that it's happening. A lot of us have this negative thought pattern happening at the back of our minds all the time, and we don't even realize. So number one is just realize that this is happening. When, you know, a negative self-thought comes up, just notice it. Oh, that was a bad thought. Even just that kind of starts to shine the flashlight on, oh, every time I do this thing, I notice myself getting into like this negative spiral. Why is that? And you can start to question your thoughts, and you can start to kind of step outside of them and over time change them, right? So for example, something that I struggled with through COVID, I had gained weight and I felt really just horrible about myself. Every time I looked in the mirror, I just felt worthless and disgusting. And I know a lot of you watching have felt that same feeling. And instead of just sitting there, like I would literally look at myself in the mirror and just cry because I was like, how did I freaking get here? Like, I can't believe it. So disappointed in myself, The difference between me now and me back then is that back then I wasn't taking actions to make myself proud, and I wasn't holding up on my end of the bargain in terms of staying true to promises to myself and staying true to my word. So that's why I felt so shit. Yes, I was bigger, but it doesn't actually matter. I actually weigh the same now because I'm pregnant and I feel so fucking confident, because even though my body is relatively the same weight and size, I am so diligent on keeping promises to myself, not being a perfectionist. I've worked on my mindset like so much, I literally like daily. And the effects are incredible. Like, it's literally night and day. So if you're someone struggling with that same really negative self-image, you need to catch those thoughts as they're happening and change them. So an example, if you're feeling any type of negative thing about your body, I want you to catch it and then find something positive that you can praise yourself for. I love the way my eyes sparkle in the light. I love the way that when people talk to me, I genuinely listen. And this doesn't have to be about anything external. If you're in a place where you really have a lot of self-loathing and hatred, it may be near to impossible for you to actually find something that you are grateful for about yourself. But the good news is your body and what you look like doesn't matter. And that might feel so hard to actually believe when you're like in that place of not feeling good. But trust me, your body is literally a flesh bag. What matters and what is, you know, worth all the love is your soul. Like, you were put here in a body for whatever reason, right? You have a life purpose. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't know it yet, but God put you here. And the flesh bag that you're inhabiting is a small fraction of your actual being, okay? Your soul, your heart, the way you treat people, your impact on earth, those are things, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Those are things that matter so fucking much more than what you look like. And I wish someone had told me that years ago when I was struggling, but eventually I found it out and it doesn't matter. So I'm just sending you so much love. If you're feeling shitty, like I know how it feels, I've been there, and you are worthy no matter what you look like. You have a place here on earth. You're not here by mistake. And it's your freaking duty as a woman to find that worth again and fill yourself up with love and light, because that is what life is about. You can't fulfill your purpose unless you are feeling happy and confident in yourself and feeling, you know, like you matter is literally number one. And I hope that if you're watching this video, you understand what I'm saying. It's just, you deserve so much love and so much grace, and you have the power to transform however you're feeling right now into your greatest strength. Whew, sorry. Actually, I don't want to apologize. I'm not sorry for crying. I'm pregnant. I feel very strongly about this topic. So it's okay to feel your emotions. And I mean, obviously you could tell I care a lot about this topic. So yeah, anyways, the point being, your body is just a small fraction of your whole self. If that's something that you want to work on, power to you. I mean, having a healthy and optimized vessel obviously will make your life a lot easier. So if that's of high priority to you, I think you should absolutely pursue that. Make your body as strong, as powerful, as resilient, as healthy as you can. You will never regret that, of course. But I'm just saying, if you're finding it hard to find confidence in your flesh bag right now, just do what you can to over time make it better, and you will feel confident. But the main thing is working on the mindset, because that is really what will actually transform how you feel. A lot of our mental health has to do with the things that we consume on social media. So if you're following and consuming accounts of people that whenever you see their posts, you feel a negative feeling about yourself, jealousy, do some shadow work around why you're feeling that jealousy. Some say that jealousy is just envy masked by laziness, which means if you desire something that someone else has, but you're not taking the same actions as them to get there, why are you jealous? I'll just let that one sink in. But anyways, you should be following accounts that inspire you, that make you think, that challenge your limiting beliefs. These are things that over time will rewire your subconscious brain and help you think more positively. And the last thing I'm going to end off on is having boundaries is going to help boost your confidence. Now you may think, why does that relate at all? The thing is, it really circles back to trusting yourself and having your own back. If you are constantly putting yourself in situations and saying yes to things you don't actually want to be saying yes to, subconsciously, again, it's telling yourself that, hey, like, I don't feel like I want to do this, but then I'm not following through and actually sticking up for myself and saying no, which again erodes on that self-worth and that self-confidence. So having strong boundaries, saying no when you want to say no, is going to do wonders for your self-worth, because you know that you have your own back and that your actions match up to what you're saying. Also, actually, I wanted to say this. If you can, try and surround yourself with other women who are confident. This will inspire you. You can take pages from their notebooks. You know, how are they acting? What is their mental dialogue like? What are they doing? What are their habits? How can I emulate them and feel more confident? So just being around more women that are confident will help boost you up. They say you are the average of your 5 closest friends. If all your friends are not confident, they're always talking shit about themselves, always playing the comparison game, that is not going to help you on your journey of bettering yourself, okay? So you need to distance yourself from people who are not confident and find some friends who are confident, because let me tell you, in those circles, there's no jealousy, there's no competition. Everyone is just rooting for each other. We're all so secure in ourselves that we don't need to put anyone else down. And that is like the most fulfilling, amazing friendship and feeling. So again, having that boundary, saying no to friends that don't fill up your cup is going to do wonders for your self-worth. So thank you for watching. I am sending you so much love. If you have further questions about the topic of confidence or divine feminine, I've really been feeling called to like do more content around that. I feel like the earth really needs to like heal its divine feminine right now. And yeah, if I can share my experience of the things that I've done on my journey thus far and help another woman build herself up, I'm feeling like really called for that. So yeah, any questions you have around these topics, please drop them in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram, Training with Florianne. I would love to help you. I would love to connect. And yeah, I'm just sending you love and confident vibes. Bye.